Welcome to Local Point, your life, your stories, with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point. I'm your host, Chris Piner. Today on the show, we have Josh Harbison and Jesse Barton, who are the chair and co-chair for this year's Trees for Charity event. I always love it when you guys come here on the show. The Trees for Charity is represented on Local Point.
Super excited to be here with you, Chris.
Josh, how many years has Trees for Charity been going?
Well, that's up for debate.
It always seems to be. What is the general consensus?
21 years. So there's debate over exactly how many, but I would say 21 based on.
Long enough that there's debate. It's been going for a long time.
It has been.
I think we've done most of those right here on Local Point.
Awesome.
Or many of them anyway. We always love to have you here.
Great to be here.
And you're the chair.
I'm the chairman. Yep.
For, this is your third year.
Third year as the chairman.
That's right.
Yep.
Now you've been involved with it more than 3 years.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure that you'll still stay involved in some capacity.
Absolutely.
For a while to come. I've watched many people come and go at this great event. I know it takes an awful lot of work, so thank you and your committee for doing this.
I have a fantastic committee. Jesse helps me out more than I can imagine, and we've got a great team, so it doesn't make it too bad when everybody picks up a piece.
Sometimes with these events, we forget how long they are being worked on, and how long have you been planning this year's event?
We start actual meetings in June. So we've been going for a while. Jesse and I started talking in February about this year's event, so it really gets going quick.
It sure does. But it goes without saying, there's just so much time and effort that goes into this wonderful event, but it's become something that is really cherished and beloved here in our community.
I really think the community looks forward to it.
It feels like Christmas when Trees for Charity happens. How long have you been involved, Jesse?
This is actually only my second year.
Is that right?
Yep.
So you've got many more years to come.
Yeah.
At least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
And you're co-chair this year. By co-chair, is that, are there two that do this?
Yep. So I chair it and Jesse's my co-chair, meaning she'll take it over next year.
Oh, I see.
So kind of that chairman in training.
Thank you. I'm really excited.
It is an exciting thing. Now, for any of our viewers who may not be as familiar with it, could either of you tell me just basically what Trees for Charity is?
Right, so we've got our tree view that happens the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. But ultimately, it's all about the auction, that opportunity to raise money for charities. So our tree decorators who have submitted their applications and some of them are starting to build their trees, they pick their charity. So we have charities from organizations, schools, foundations, those kinds of things that need some extra funds, to individuals and families fighting cancer.
Right.
And so the auction's the opportunity to raise money for those.
It's really something that I've always been an admirer of. I love how each tree has its own cause.
Right.
And there's so many causes represented, and so many beautiful trees.
Absolutely incredible trees. Some of my favorites through the years, we had the Grinch packing away the Christmas tree.
I remember that one.
We have the upside down Christmas tree
from
yes. 6 or 7 years ago.
Yes.
I have just some incredible
Everything
trees.
From whimsical to spooky to absolute gorgeous floral pieces, and
right.
It's incredible the artistry that goes into it. The tree view is always fun to walk through, but to be there that night at the auction,
right?
There's no feeling like that. The charity, the feeling, the spirit of giving and kindness, and is indescribable.
It is. It's incredible. I always, kind of hold my breath up until that minute. You don't know, because we don't know who's going to be in the room and how generous people are feeling, especially with the economy the way it's been in Vernal the last couple of years.
Indeed.
But that first tree goes up and those auction paddles start to go, and you remember just how incredible this community is.
Who will do you know yet who the auctioneer will be this
Mason
year?
Duncan will be back.
Oh, Mason's coming back.
So Mason auctioned it for us one year, and then he moved to Texas.
Right.
And has been generous enough to come back
to do this again.
Well,
Mason's wonderful, and all the auctioneers that have done this.
We've had some great ones through the years.
Such great ones, great ones. decorations. All right, so we're looking at the day after Thanksgiving, Friday and Saturday for the tree view.
Yes.
And then right into the auction on Monday.
Monday.
Is that right?
That's right.
All right, very good. Well, I want to talk a little bit more with both of you about some of the details this year, and we'll do that in just a moment, right after we take this break. Stay tuned as we talk a little bit more about Trees for Charity.
The Vernal Area Chamber wants to add your business in our network. Create change with various committees. Participate in community events and have a strong business resource behind your company's goals. Learn more at vernalchamber.org.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were discussing this year's annual Trees for Charity event, and we talked a little bit about the history and what this thing is. The basic event starts with the tree view right after Thanksgiving, leading up to this wonderful auction. Can we back up to that tree view again and just have either of you tell me just kind of what happens there at the tree view?
So Friday and Saturday of the tree view. So the tree view is 11 to 8 on Friday. So kind of in partnership with Holidays, we're open while they're open.
Right.
And then Saturday it's 11 to 6. And that's the big day that everybody can come look at the trees, read about the charities. Feel free, there's donation cans under every tree. They can make a donation to these charities if they feel so inclined. This is their chance to really get in there and make a difference and see
also,
what's out there.
In the past, also has been an opportunity to vote on a favorite
Yep.
tree. Does
We'll
that still
be doing-
exist?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Our coveted, and they are becoming very coveted, snow globes that we do for our People's Choice and Children's Choice Award. And we've got those ordered, and they're here, and we're super excited about those this year.
That's just done with a little ticket, and the tree view is free. There's no
Free.
cost to come in
Correct.
and see those. To me, it just is one of those kickoffs for the holiday season. It feels good.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the tree view, and there are always an abundance of trees at the actual event.
40 trees.
So now you cap it off at 40, and has that happened already?
Yep.
Have all of your applicants for the trees.
Applications are full for the trees.
But there are other things as well that people could donate.
Absolutely. So if
Tell
you-
me about that.
So we also have a silent auction, and we leave that open to whatever charities people would like to donate for that. They can donate smaller trees for that. If somebody's got their heart set on decorating a tree, they can donate a smaller tree for that. Or I know last year we've had paintings and sculptures and all sorts of fun things. So
I've seen everything from carved wooden toys and toy chests to beautiful wreaths and
Yeah.
paintings and gift baskets, but a wonderful silent auction.
Right.
It's a great part, another way people can be involved. And now, when you talk about the tree view and people coming through and donating to a charity, is that the same thing as what has been called a tree topper?
Yes.
Or is that
Yep.
different?
It is the same as a tree topper, and the tree topper envelopes are still available. If somebody doesn't feel comfortable putting a donation in those cans, any of our committee members can take a donation as a tree topper. So all of
Very
that
good.
money, 100% of it goes right to those charities.
That's another wonderful thing about this event, that 100% goes to the charity.
Right.
Well, let's talk about the actual event. So if someone would like to get a ticket for the dinner and be there to bid on some trees and experience that wonderful evening, what do they need to do, Jessie?
we have our tickets for dinner on sale at the Chamber of Commerce right now, so they can just stop in there anytime. They are $30 a plate. So.
Right. Do we know what's on the menu?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're still finalizing menu, but
It's
I'm sure
always
it'll
a great
be
menu.
It'll
Yes.
be a chicken and a pork or a beef or something.
And remember, it's all
Always
about
good.
the event anyway. The food is an extra, nice.
Exactly.
That's your
Food's
admission.
always nice.
Food's
Yes.
always nice. That's admission into the event, and it's for you to be there, and hopefully people will feel generous enough to give to this great cause and all the many causes that are there.
Yep.
Or some of them. Pick your favorite.
Pick your favorite cause.
Right. All right. So is that the best way to get tickets to actually go to the Chamber building?
Yep.
Up until Wednesday. No, is it Wednesday?
Yep.
Yep, Wednesday. Before Thanksgiving, go to the Chamber of Commerce. After Wednesday, we will have
Okay.
the tickets on sale.
Will those sell out?
They have the last 4 or 5 years.
So that's a limited thing as well. If this is something that you really want to attend, get your tickets early. Don't wait till Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But what else can we tell the good people watching today?
Come and enjoy the event. Come and dig into your heart and wallet and give to some of these charities. There are great causes on the list this year. I've started
Wonderful.
reading them. Some of them are real tearjerkers, so be
Yes.
prepared to
Bring a tissue. That's okay.
have them pull your
Yeah, and some,
heartstrings.
not all of them are that way, but there's always something that will grab at your
Right.
heartstrings, and it's a beautiful evening. What a wonderful event. I've been privileged enough to be there many times over the years myself. On behalf of us here, thank you for serving and for doing that and being involved in such a worthy event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and thank you for watching Local Point. Stay tuned for this week's community calendar.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
The Vernal Area Chamber wants to add your business in our network. Create change with various committees. Participate in community events and have a strong business resource behind your company's goals. Learn more at vernalchamber.org.
Hello, my friends in the Uinta Basin. Welcome to this week's Community Calendar, sponsored by the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce. You can contact the Vernal Chamber to get the support you need to help your business grow. Hey, look, it's sweater weather. We're going to get to some changes in the weather here in a second, but first let's get into the weekend schedule. Starting Friday, October 27th, Uinta High Theater presents The Music Man. Our very own Chris Piner and his wife Barbara and their son Aiden, who plays the part of Professor Harold Hill, are presenting The Music Man. You know that Uinta Theater, they do such a good job every year. They do an amazing show, and this year they've got one in the fall and then in the spring. So this is your fall show. It's running from October 24th through the 28th. I've watched some of the stuff on Facebook, and it's going to be amazing. It always is. Get your tickets. UintaHigh.net. The show starts at 7 p.m. each of those nights that it's performing. Also on Friday, it's the Family Harvest Party from 6:30 to 8 p.m. happening in the Uinta Basin Christian Academy parking lot. There's going to be food and games for kids. You know, there's a lot happening, right, as we're coming up into Halloween and, of course, just the overall festive season of October, November, December, because then on October 28th, Saturday, right here, you got the Jensen Pumpkin Festival, and this is a huge deal. That runs from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Jensen Park. There's going to be a lot of people, but that's what makes it fun. Lots of displays and food and games and a whole lot more. Hopefully they have another bonfire. That was fun. Also on Saturday, you've got the Halloween Carnival happening. So if you can't make it out to Jensen and you're between Vernal and Roosevelt, there's a Halloween Carnival happening from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Ute Crossing Event Center. And they've always got good stuff going on there too. Now, moving on to next week, Monday, October 30th to November 5th. It's here. It's finally here. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 I'm so excited. Halloween. Tuesday, October 31st, of course, it's Halloween. Lots of activities happening on Halloween. We have the Mayor's Walk at the Recreation Center in Vernal. That happens at 4 p.m. Plenty enough time to be able to get out and do real trick-or-treating later on. But also don't forget that they have the Halloween Parade in downtown Vernal from 3 to 5 p.m. Is it actually lasting 2 hours? That's just what's written. Maybe make sure you're there by 3. I kind of don't think that maybe a parade's going to last for 2 hours. That's a long parade. On Friday, oh wait, back up. We're still on Tuesday. Because after the Mayor's Walk and the parade, go trick-or-treating. Come by my house. I'll give you some candy. Now, if you've recovered from your sugar-induced coma that happens between here and here, maybe you'll have woken up by Friday. Because on Friday, November 3rd, we have Night at the Museum at the Utah Fieldhouse. This is a fun activity to do. Starts at 6:30. They're going to be showing Despicable Me 3. If you haven't seen it yet, it's another cute one in the series of Despicable Me's. Also on Friday, Vernal Theater Live. Is that on here? Oh yeah, because it's right on it. If you're not going to go to this, make sure you go to this. This is the opening night of the musical comedy Murders of 1940 at the Downtown Theater in Vernal, live theater. And don't let the name confuse you. Musical comedy Murders of 1940. This is heavy on the comedy, light on the musical, and moderate on the murders. It's a very, very funny show. I get to be a part of it. And let's see, what can I tell you about it? There are a lot of surprises. There are a lot of accents. There is a lot of hilarity that ensues. Kind of like the movie Clue. If you ever seen the movie Clue, this is like it's not Clue, but it's just, it's like a Nancy Drew murder mystery, but it's really funny. It's not like gruesome. That's a lot of information. Go see it. And if you can't see it this day, make sure you see it on Saturday, because it's both days. And if you can't see it on that day, then the week after, we're going to be doing it then too. Okay, let's move on to weekend weather, shall we? So here you see, Friday got really cold. What you don't see on here is Thursday. Thursday we had a bunch of wind come in and drop our temperatures down. So they're going to stay down in the low 50s until we get into Sunday. They're going to start going back up again. Our lows are going to range from 29 degrees up to 36 degrees. 29 degrees, guess what that means? You're in freezing weather. Next week, things stay about, mid 50s, right? If we look at here, you're going to see 60 all the way through. You get down to 55, back down to 50. What happens here into the next week is that we drop down into the 40s, and we have our first chance of actual snowfall, like in the valley area, not up in the mountains. So next week, it's going to be cold, but the week after that, it's going to be like really cold. All right. Some things for you to look forward to after this week. Looking ahead, we have the annual Election Day turkey dinner at Western Park from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. What this is that on Election Day, they make these awesome turkey dinners, the kind of dinner that you would have for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, and you can go there and eat it, or you can go and pick up one. What my work does is we always go and get like a bunch of them and take them all back to the shop, and everybody gets a dinner. That was a lot of information about this. This is to come. We'll tell you more about this next week. November 24th, that's kind of far ahead, but it's holidays, and so we got to start talking about holidays, because that's a huge deal here in Vernal. Lots of stuff going on then. And then, of course, the 24th and 25th, we got Santa's Workshop and Craft Fair happening. And then Trees for Charity, Auction and Gala, November 27th. Wow, you know what? We hit October, especially the end of October, and suddenly it's like, cool thing, right after another. Just a lot going on. And those are the events we have for right now for this week's community calendar. If you've got an event coming up, let us know. 435-781-1902. Or you can leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Like VTV6 on Facebook. We're going to see you here next time. Go see Music Man, and then go see Musical Comedy Murders of 1940. Hey, see you here next week.